Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn to avoid some important mistakes and practice speaking English correctly. So let's get started. First, this is not correct.
And then after pouring that champagne glass, I would go next to my friend or family member and I would cheers them.
It's not correct to say, I would go next to my friend or family member and I would cheers them. Cheers is not a verb. It cannot be used as a verb. Cheers is what you say. You raise your glass and you say cheers. So what's the verb? You can say, have a toast. Have a toast with somebody. You raise your glass, you say something, and you have a toast with someone. You cannot cheers somebody. So you can say, I would have a toast with them. The first part, I would go next to my friend or family member. I guess it's correct, but it sounds strange. I would say walk up to. I would walk up to my friend or family member, and I would have a toast with them. Let's practice. So, if it were New Year's, what would you do? Would you walk up to your friend or family member and have a toast with them? That's right. I would walk up to my friend or family member and I would have a toast with them. If it were New Year's Eve. This is also not correct.
So I'm just going to buy this. This is a beautiful headband that will combine with my dress.
I cannot say this is a beautiful headband that will combine with my dress. I cannot use the verb combine in this case. I can say go with. This is a beautiful headband that will go with my dress, not combine. You can also say go well with. The word well is optional, so you can say go with or go well with. And it means that they look good together. So you can say, this is a beautiful headband that will go with my dress. Or this is a beautiful headband that will go well with my dress. You can also use the verb match. Match my dress. When you use the verb match, there's no preposition with. You cannot say match with, only match. I can say, this is a beautiful headband that will match my dress. What does it mean? It means they're the same color. So use match if they're the same color. And use go with or go well with if they just look good together. Example, her blouse goes well with her skirt. They're not the same color, but they look good together. So I can say go with or go well with. Her blouse goes with her skirt. Or I can say her blouse goes well with her skirt. Let's practice. Does her blouse go with her skirt? That's right. Her blouse goes with her skirt. Does her blouse go well with her skirt? That's right. Her blouse goes well with her skirt. Now let's practice with match. Her shoes match her skirt. They're the same color, so I use the verb match. And remember, there's no preposition with, just the verb match. Her shoes match her skirt. What if I start with skirt and I say her skirt? Then I have to change the verb and say matches because skirt is singular. Her skirt matches her shoes. They're the same color. Let's practice. Do her shoes match her skirt? That's right. Her shoes match her skirt. Does her skirt match her shoes? That's right. Her skirt matches her shoes. So remember, when you talk about clothes, you can say go with, you can say go well with, and you can say match. But don't say combine. We don't say that in English. This is also not correct.
I would say cheers. I would tap the glass next to their glass.
We cannot say I would tap my glass next to their glass. Next to is used to express position. The glass is next to the other glass. My glass is next to their glass. Position. But if I use the verb tap, I have to use a different preposition. We use the preposition against. I would tap my glass against their glass. Not next to. Against. So when you have a toast, you tap your glass against their glass. And you say cheers. Let's practice. What do you do when you have a toast? Do you tap your glass against their glass and say cheers? That's right. You tap your glass against their glass and you say cheers. That's how you have a toast. This is also not correct.
And this is just a joyful expression to say during the new year. Cheers.
It's just a joyful expression to say during the new year. During the new year? If I say during the new year, I'm talking about the whole year. During the year, during the new year. But we don't say cheers during the new year. We say it on New Year's Eve, on that one night. So I can say it's just a joyful expression to say on New Year's Eve. Or I can say it's just a joyful expression to ring in the new year. We have that expression too, to ring in the new year. That's what you do at midnight. I say cheers, and I say Happy New Year on New Year's Eve. I say Happy New Year to ring in the new year, not during the new year. Let's practice. What do you say on New Year's Eve? Very good. What do you say to ring in the new year? Very good. This is also not correct.
Before ending this video, I'm going to teach you all what is a New Year's resolution.
You cannot say, I'm going to teach you what is a New Year's resolution. What is a New Year's resolution is a direct question. But if you say, I'm going to teach you, we have to change the structure. We have to use a positive structure. So it's correct to say, I'm going to teach you what a New Year's resolution is. I put is after. Or if I ask the question, do you know? I have to use a positive structure. Do you know what a New Year's resolution is? And you can answer positive and say, yes, I know what a New Year's resolution is, with a positive structure. Or if you say, no, I don't know what a New Year's resolution is. Again, use a positive structure, not a question structure. If I say, what is, that's a question structure for a direct question. But these are not direct questions. Let's practice. Do you know what a New Year's resolution is? Very good. This is also not correct.
A New Year's resolution is a promise we make for ourselves for the new year.
I cannot say a New Year's resolution is a promise we make for ourselves on New Year's. If I talk about promise and I use promise as a noun, we don't use the preposition for. We use a different preposition. We use the preposition to. So it's correct to say a New Year's resolution is a promise we make to ourselves on New Year's. You make a promise to somebody, not for somebody. Example, when I make a promise to somebody, I try to keep it. Let's practice. When you make a promise to somebody, do you keep it? Do you try to keep it? That's right. When I make a promise to somebody, I keep it, or I try to keep it. So remember, you make a promise to somebody, not for somebody. What about the verb promise? When we use the verb promise, there's no preposition. Example, I promise you that I will do it. There's no preposition with the verb. But the noun, if you make a promise, use the preposition to. You make a promise to somebody. This is also not correct.
So if you're working a lot and you're always busy, you can place and set some time to spend time with your family.
You can place and set some time to spend time with your family is not correct. First, the verb place and set we cannot use for time. You don't place some time. You cannot set some time. We have a phrasal verb. The phrasal verb is set aside. Set aside. You hear the T change to a fast D. Set aside. You set aside some time. You don't place time. You don't set time. You set aside some time. And it's a separable phrasal verb. So I can say, you set aside some time, or you set some time aside. Whichever is easier. They're both correct. So let's change it. You can set aside some time to spend time with your family. There's a little problem here. It sounds redundant. Redundant. What is redundant? It means to do or say something more than what is necessary. And we see the word time twice, 2 times. It sounds redundant. So let's eliminate the word time, the second one, and say, you can set aside some time to spend with your family. That's the best way to say it. So that's a good New Year's resolution. In the new year, I'm going to set aside some time to spend with my family. Let's practice. What about you? Are you going to set aside some time to spend with your family? Very good. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.